right now things don't seem great because of the loss, but I think the future here is still bright, and so we look forward to moving on to the 2022 season and getting ourselves built back up after we take a step back here.
Chiefs coach Andy Reid, optimistic about the future. Future is still bright. And yeah, when you have Patrick Mahomes, it is. They still need to fully understand exactly what happened to cause Mahomes' play to fall off a cliff from first half to second half. And, we haven't seen him in a big spot like that do such a Jekyll and Hyde transformation from one half to the next. But we have seen games over the past 4 years where Patrick Mahomes will lead the offense to a lot of points in one quarter of a game. I think back to a game early 2019 against the Raiders. 28 points all scored in the second quarter of the game. The other 3 quarters, not a single point scored. But it has to be troubling that twice against the Bengals, the Chiefs were held to only 3 points in the entire second half, and on Sunday, overtime as well, of the contest. You got to figure out what it is that caused it, and you got to fix it. And you got to address it from a personnel standpoint. Where do we need to shore our team up? They still don't have a fully reliable number 2 receiver to Tyreek Hill. The offensive line was better than it was last year. The defense is going to have some issues. Tyrann Mathieu due to become a free agent. Chances are there's going to be somebody else out there that will pay him more than what the Chiefs are willing to pay him. And he has his Super Bowl ring, so it's not like he's going to hang around for that. You're going to have some issues in Kansas City, but you still have Patrick Mahomes. And I still think that they're better when they're written off and or not viewed as the front runner. When they slide into that front runner role, I don't know what it is that changes about them. They'd have been better off as the underdog, I think, on Sunday. They'd have been better off being the team that fell behind 21-3 and had to turn it on in the second half. It really was stunning to see what ultimately happened. And, I think from Andy Reid's perspective, as the offseason unfolds, you do want to have a defense that can step up when it needs to, because that's the other side of it. We aren't giving the Bengals defense enough credit for what it did to slow down the Chiefs, because we get fascinated by Joe Burrow, and we should. But the Kansas City defense, it needs to step up in those moments. It needs to make a stop. It needs to, when the walls close in on Joe Burrow, it needs to get home. He had those 2 third-down runs in the second half on Sunday. And that was really, those 2 plays combined, that's when I'm thinking, oh, boy, here they are going to beat the Chiefs. It's going to happen. Not only will the Chiefs not cover, which is of concern to many, but the Chiefs also are going to lose this game. How are they going to lose this game? But you got to be able to get that guy down to the ground. Any quarterback, but especially a quarterback like that who can wiggle away. This is the 3rd down. Here comes Chris Jones. He's got him once, pulls him down, had a shot at him again, and could not get his feet, and he runs for the 1st down. That play and the one that came after it, when we see, and watch this again, it's amazing what Joe Burrow does. The guy tore his ACL in November of 2020, and he had MCL damage too, and look at how he can move. Then the 3rd down play after that, same drive, he sees a crack, and he's gone. He turns it on. I mean, you got those guys all around him. It's one thing for Jamar Chase to run through a phalanx of Chiefs like he did January 2nd, Week 17. It's another thing for Joe Burrow to do it. So those defensive players, they got to have that instinct to get home. They got to make the play when they can. And you also can't allow your team to slide into that not-so-subtle mindset of Patrick's going to save us. Patrick's here. We can count on Patrick. Yeah, they may take the lead, but in Mahomes we trust. You still got to do your job. Everyone. Coaching staff, defensive players, everyone. You can't let yourself think that at the end of the day it doesn't matter because Patrick is gonna pull our bacon out of the fire. Because he didn't on Sunday. Total team effort. even when you have a great quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. So defense needs to get beefed up. They need to figure out what they're going to do with Tyrann Mathieu contractually. They still need to find that second receiver. Maybe they do it via the draft. Hey, they found Tyreek Hill in round 5 6 years ago. They've got their work cut out for them. Brett Veach has done a good job of keeping a good team around Patrick Mahomes, but they got some work to do if they want to compete in the AFC, which is getting better and better all the time, with all these quarterbacks who are declaring themselves as great. And now you got Joe Burrow along with Josh Allen, and maybe Aaron Rodgers is going to show up, and Justin Herbert is on the rise. And 2022 in the AFC is potentially going to be fight after fight after fight to see who emerges as the best team. All right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.